Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Propagandacast. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of the Reich. Oh crap, I actually forgot that one. Oh, that's embarrassing. Well, anyways, we're off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on River Crossing. Again, yes, indeed, I know it's a few maps sort of being featured at the moment, but I'm a bit lacking in replays, more particular interesting replays, which is rather what matters, something where something interesting goes on and not just the same thing over and over again. But anyways, we'll be watching here Obscura fighting for Germany, for the Reich, taking on the mantle here of the Panzerdivision Großdeutschland. Already have a mechanized assault, as you might be noticing. Assault gun is moving up there, noting his opponent is the Bazookajoe with shock rifle, got motor and Soviet shock army fighting for, well, Comrade Stalin and socialism. Taking on the mantle here of the 120th Rifle Corps, tasked with holding the river crossing, while the Großdeutschland is tasked with clearing it out and making the way to a beleaguered German garrison in a nearby town. Setting up some barbed wire initially. Interesting. Or razor wire. As Releg apparently seems it's a bit too cool for school. Well, probably not. But either way, barbed wire up here, not a bad idea. Certainly guards the bridge versus any Bolshevik pinings of the Bolshevik kind. Point 7 caught me noting he's a bit more focusing. Although having the assault guns pushing hard pretty aggressively.
Engineers have secured the sector.
For the glory of the German peoples and Großdeutschland. The Großdeutschland, by the way, division mentioned because of that, due to it being rather unique in German division, since it actually recruited from all across Germany. In fact, the normal way a German division was formed was actually from a more local area, say, part of Germany, and then all the recruits would come from there. For example, Hamburg or Baden-Baden. But the Großdeutschland drew its recruits from all the best units across Germany, hence the Großdeutschland referring to all of Germany, or Great Germany. Little fun fact there. Little fun fact. But there goes Holger's him. Making good use there, by the way, of the screen to get closer in there. Very well played there by Obscura. Getting a bit of surprise there, and also quite a few bullets into the conscripts. Look, Heinz, we can shoot them up close. It's the might of a machine pistol and holding up here, sneaking about a bit as well there, it would seem. MG42 setting up. And Pioneers maybe having get pushed a bit too far, getting caught, but conscripts also finding the retreat path has been cut off, at least a direct one, cut off by some barbed wire someone put down. I shall mention no names. Making a push there for the victory point. MG42, while trying to cover, doesn't actually have the line of sight to fully take advantage of it, so it's a bit awkward there. Conscripts not in cover versus Gunners who are in cover. The Gunners will definitely have the advantage here. We do see a conscript moving up, tilting up in position there. Another Gunners moving in there for Obscura. No further soldiers they're holding up by the way. Fighting at distance, they are in heavy cover, the opponent is, but at the same time they are fighting at range, and submachine guns weren't exactly known for their great range capabilities. These are something to my loss of the conscripts there. More gunners moving in for Obscura. Noting the special life command is now being added here to the Bazookajoe.
Supply sector under attack.
We can now train snipers. Conscripts here.
So Chagami, by the way. It's a bit of a while since we've seen that one. It used to be quite popular.
At your service.
Assault guns here making the move forwards. Straight into the conscripts. Doing his best here to basically keep his opponent delayed, using the heavy cover and the terrain. Good job there. Although, of course, now the assault guns basically just serve as more of a deterrent than an actual threat, because again, he'll just pull back. But at the same time, he just sort of rush them back here, then the opponent moves in, then he moves back in and such. Although, I mean, it's surprising he didn't sprint in. That could actually have done it a lot faster for him. It looks like we might be seeing here Bazookajoe adding something a bit more tricky. The M3A1 scout car gun is fighting a bit of a lonely fight as they get overwhelmed by conscripts rushing forwards. Another good squad falling back, and we can hear the roaring of the engine.
Flamethrower squad here.
Touching the barbed wire. That's definitely one way of going about it. Noting a larger component of the forces on the right flank. Centre has very little. Most of the others is back here, and we're noting a medic bunker likely going up here. Not really much else than good up in the base. At least not makes sense. I mean, you could set up a command bunker or a machine gun bunker, but it will make no bloody sense. Scout Car range in MD42. MD42 not really doing a lot of damage. Doing what they can to sort of do some light damage. Ben's moving it as well. Scout Chris taking a bit of damage here from this machine gun fire and submachine gun fire. But we are seeing that Bazookajoe is now making much better progress here. Obscura might have extended him a bit initially. Tried to bite off more than he could chew. Well, that his men could chew specifically.
Under fire! We are bleeding, comrades! We are ready!
Area secured.
But there we go, conscripts and rushing off. And he is moving in, switching forcing, schnell. And going there for the core point, well played.
M3 scout car here.
This territory is demolished. Orders? To the last man! You have orders?
More conscripts moving in. Bit of a nasty situation here for Obscura.
M3 incoming round.
And we're noting a sniper team arriving. Looks like the Bazookajoe wants to add a bit more aggression than no bazookas. And again, the Russians are really known for using bazookas. I think they in fact all in all received maybe 1,000 bazookas from the Americans. They're more likely to actually use Panzerfaust, although they use those for clearing out bunkers and buildings, not necessarily for destroying tanks. Little fun fact there. Like to make a nice company going up for Obscura. Conscripts moving ahead. MG42 getting flanked. The sunken truck sadly not providing much cover in that direction. We are seeing Grenadiers moving in. We're seeing the scout came from another angle, and we could see a loss here for Obscura. Flamethrowers pouring into them as well. Grenadiers there. Units rush off. Oh, this could be the end of the scout car. Can he get the scout car there with blocking off? The gunners get off a Panzerfaust, but no. Looks like we do see the Bazookajoe is pulling it off. Was close. Ever so close.
Yes.
I imagine Obscura here might be slightly frustrated as Bazookajoe's scout car makes a clean getaway. Well, semi-clean anyways.
Your orders, comrade.
Conscripts sneaking about there, opening up fire. Soldiers moving in, taking a bit of light sniper fire there.
Sniper standing by. Taking losses. Your command?
Definitely makes things a bit uncomfortable here for the assault grenadiers. Looks like a large infantry push here, though the unit's already a bit depleted here. Longer prolonged fight will definitely be an advantage of the Bazookajoe due to the snipers already being able to quickly clear them out, and these force them back. Another push here for the cut-off point by the Bazookajoe, noting no further troops, although we do see a scout car arriving. A bit surprised he didn't get anything up from that light company sooner. Though of course at the same time that's going to be a pretty big clue for the Bazookajoe what he's about to expect, which is a scout car likely going to try and hunt down his scout car.
Rifleman ready.
So a lot of pressure here, again cutting off the fuel, really doing a good job there in denying his opponent quite a bit, noting also he's got a lot more in comparison.
Standing by.
Our superiors have given us 120mm mortars. Guard rifle infantry squad.
Guard motor ends up being the choice here for the Bazookajoe, adding some guards rifle infantry to help deal with the scout car. Not a bad decision. He could also at least pop some DPs on them, and there we go.
You have orders for us?
You have a target?
Your predecessor. Watch out for that scout car!
And there goes 222 moving in. Time to get the M3A1.
White scout car ready. What do you need? Guard rifle infantry squad.
Interesting position there by the MD42. Moving on the left flank, right flank being lost in terms of fuel soon. We do see here that Obscura is really getting ready for a counter-attack of some size now.
We are ready to build it or blow it.
Marshalling forwards all of his infantry.
We are ready.
And there we go, the DPs are up. Scout car needs to be careful here. Otherwise that's going to be a rather short drive there for the crew.
Ready. Your orders. Engineers.
Mines going up there, but surprisingly hasn't begun mining 4, but I suppose we didn't feel like it at the time. Still, better late than never. Advance right here encounters just the furthest away part of that arc and ends up getting both squads suppressed and rapidly pushed off. Looks like he might be shifting angle again. We are asking most of the force to pull over to the right hand side, he shifts to the left side there. Not a bad idea, not a bad idea. Sometimes that is what's needed. A change of approach, a change in angle, rather than just keep bashing your head into the same place over and over again. We do see the MD-40 ready to cut off any troops from there. He might want to consider actually getting some light machine guns for some of his grenadiers to have a bit more long-range firepower, or getting up some mines. So there we go. Now he's going to force the Bazookajoe to come to him. Guards from the range range to the MD-42. Punches flank from another side. Scar cuts took quite a bit of damage, no single camp, but at the same time it exposed. Flamethrower single, and there we go, Guardsman pinned down, taking quite a bit of heavy fire there. From Obscura's forces rush back across the field. Snipers doing what they can as well, clearing out some of the MD crew members. And noting a Mittler Schützenpanzerwagen there arriving for Obscura to help reinforce his troops, allowing him to keep a presence on the field, ensuring he doesn't have to retreat all the way. Time. Good. Good.
Comrade.
And right now there's a slight chance his scout could break through and actually knock out the other scout, can maybe even get a few shots there off on the snipes. And there we go, cutting off right from there. Clever, clever.
We are awaiting orders.
Not a bad idea right there from Obscura. Well played, well played. Points have been secured, regaining that fuel rather rapidly. In fact, a bit of a tenuous point there, but still. Should work, should work. Though we do know the mechanized hammer company is going after the Bazookajoe. So he's already moving on and going to translate his fuel advantage into something else.
We are ready.
Orders.
And we are noting here a mechanized assault group here. Lighter Schützenpanzerwagen with Panzergrenadiers full squad there. Assault rifles climbing up close and then delivering a bit of pressure there from the Third Reich. Deutschland sends its regards. So there we go. Lovely, lovely. Now to think I mechanized assault group you correctly, and right there wiping out an entire country squad. That definitely hurt the Bazookajoe right there. So right there, Obscura has unleashed quite the successful counter-attack. The shifting in axis of attack is rather managed to outmaneuver his opponent. Well played, and really now doing a lot of damage. Now that is absolutely outstanding play right there from Obscura. Most commendable and recommendable.
Comrade?
Troops reinforcing. Though there's a slight weakness right now going on here for Obscura. He's got no anti-tank weapons. Nothing. He could, of course, upgrade these Panzergrenadiers to Panzerschrecks, but otherwise, beyond that, there's nothing that can immediately sort of be called in. He could, of course, aim for a pack, and which might work. But, of course, we'll have to see what it works out to.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Enemy infantry has our range.
Still, regaining most of the map here. Well played, although needs to be a bit careful with that mine. But that's about it, really. SU-76 on the way. SU-76 M specifically. Scout car rushing forwards here, likely to act as a spotter. Scout her down, and there we go. SU-76 rushes forwards. Troops here getting pummeled. Scout car took a hit, half-tech also falling back here. He's actually putting a bit of aggressive forward here. Could get Panzer faster, but no. Looks like he's not paying attention. No intention. I'm paying around because it might also have done a bit there. Worse is it. And we might be seeing some Panzerschreck going up here. Lots of munitions all of a sudden managed to. Oh, it's actually time to go to Obscura, so we can actually find out a bit later there. And there we go. Our K10 Panzerbooks are on the way there for Obscura. Noting he's not taking up either. He could get an a Stu E, but he might not decide against it. Will he go here for the SU-6, or will he try and sort of lure it in and then rush in the half-track from another angle, getting off a few Panzerschrecks to the right places? We'll of course have to see.
Half-track ready.
Still managed to survive this without suffering too many losses. He's still got most of the map though, of course. Now we see here that his opponent's a bit more on the move again, and thus might be able to create a few more issues. Rebuilding forces, regrouping. And there we go. Half-track was spotted with the Panzergrenadiers in it. He needs to consider actually getting that before he could risk actually losing the Panzergrenadiers in one grim blow. Looks like so far that's not happening. In fact, he mounts a bit of a Swift and successful escape despite everything.
Taking our territory.
Half-track needs to get out of there. Gunner killed.
T-42s are here!
Machine gun squad.
Scout already.
Reporting.
Light machine gun up there for these grenades. Guards moving forwards. Under fire here from the precision. But we do see it's coming under by Martin there from Nature 76. Well played there by. And nice one there from Bazookajoe.
Artillery barrage ready to launch.
Point there secure. Troops reinforcing. DP dropped. Could grab that and add a bit more firepower there. Oh, Panzer's moving forward. Needs to be careful. Needs to be careful. Ah, scheisse. He lost the Panzers with that Panzerschreck.
Grenadiers!
I imagine he might not be too happy about that right now. Yeah, Obscura is a bit upset.
How can we help?
So losing a squad like that to mine is never fun.
Yes!
I think he might be exaggerating right there. Hat on the way though, no sign of taking up. Could he be aiming for tigers?
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector. Half-track ready.
Grenadiers ready. Yes?
You need some reconnaissance? Half-track awaiting orders. It's done.
Constant moving forward to the Grenadiers.
Our territory. Awaiting orders. The peg gun is ready for orders.
Sniper fire!
And there we go, Panzer Abwehrkanone.
Yeah?
Ah, flamethrowers. Lovely, and there goes Assault with the conscripts. He might have once actually been surprised, and he's actually not used sprint a single time at all using his assault guns. That's actually a bit of a surprise, and you'd think he'd do that, sort of getting them in quicker, faster. Looks like he might be trying to flank here the SU-76 with Scout. Nope, actually trying to sort of get the conscript there and retreat. Not a bad idea either, though.
This is German territory.
Bounding off here, Pack moving up. Oh, direct hit on the half-track, not entirely sure why I moved it in like that. Still no taking out, it rather is looking more and more like he's going to aim for a Tiger tank to turn the tide for him.
Einsatzbereit.
Half-track ready.
Trying to deny the resources there.
We are ready!
And there you go, bet you true for the half-track, really good use. Oh, well, not half-track, but from the half-track and on the SU-76 there. But a nice play there with the SU-76. In the end, we did see here those was able to ambush here with a Pack 40, knocking him out, leaving Bazookajoe in tears. His best friend was on that assault gun. Oh, well, probably not. But it could have been. Could have been. Not entirely sure what he did there. He actually ran them across. Negative cover towards the new squad. Then already looking at the cover. I think that might have been a slight misdecision there by him. On the other hand, he could quickly counter-attack with a half-track here, launching the men towards the conscripts over there. So that might be an idea. So I know I'd suggest him doing that, though he might of course decide otherwise. The heavily armed grenadiers here with DP and light machine gun. And there we go. Oh, mine went off on the half-track. Grenade went off. Oh, that was just not his day there. Guards missing quite a bit of fire. Grenadiers firing a bit as well.
Scout car awaiting orders.
Another mine up, but this time getting spotted by the scout car.
That's everyone. Ready?
Closing in on veterans who flee, by the way. Conscripts under fire and conscripts on the run.
The enemy is attempting to
Port nerving
steal our
secured.
sector.
We are ready for action.
Scout car awaiting orders.
MG element ready.
How can we help?
Yeah, ready for action.
Grenadiers.
And loading a fuel cache, then looks like he's planning some. Of course, he's gone for guards mode, so could be he's aiming for the T-3045s themselves, just like Obscura is aiming for the Tiger tank. And it's time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is slight sort of advantage map control to the Bazookajoe. Obscura does have a kill advantage and a damage advantage, although it's a bit minimal there, so he needs to be pushing a bit harder there to really get an advantage. We do see here he's still holding on quite nice despite having a slightly unfortunate start, also having a bit of problem with map control, but now he's sort of gaining a bit sturdier grasp on the map. He looks like he's aiming for a Tiger tank. That can work, although of course at the same time his opponent hit with some fishing armor before that, he could run into some problems. In particular, since Guards mode, a pair of T-3045s well used with target weak point could, well, mark target could actually prove a bit unfortunate there for Obscura and a single Tiger tank. He could consider actually taking up, but then again that would probably end up costing him more resources at the moment, which of course is a bit the funny thing, and also why some people tend to end up using these doctrinal call-ins, because to a certain extent it can be initially cheaper, because, well, you don't have to pay for taking up and building amongst other things. But Tiger could be an idea, although he might still want to get another anti-tank gun. He's got a bit of a barrel share, but he could consider investing in that and calling him down, or he could expend the munitions towards getting down some anti-tank mines on the right spots as well. That would be one idea here for Obscura. Otherwise, he needs to sort of keep pressing on, keep sort of fighting around here, I think, initially, and then some light harassment towards the right-hand side. Keep pushing in, keep trying to sort of wipe out units. And of course, if you can get those snipers, that would be a large advantage. Though again, if he's going for the Tiger tank, he needs to be a bit careful, otherwise he should quickly tag up and get some armor. And getting a fuel cache might also be an idea right now for him to sort of help him getting further fuel. Looking at the Bazookajoe, less infantry, in fact he's got no armor, and he's getting a fuel cache. He's clearly aiming for the T-3045s. Had a bit of issue there with the fuel due to the fact that Obscura was able to much more aggressively harass it, so he's getting a fuel cache now to sort of help that. That's nice. And of course a pair of T-35s could be quite handy, though of course you'll need to be a bit more careful with it, strike in the right places. And he's got a ton of munitions. You really should consider using it on some mines here and there to sort of slow down his opponent's progress in the right places. And certainly cause further drain of life. I mean, he's got so much munitions and he's not using it all, and that's definitely a shame. Though again, marked vehicle crew repair train can definitely also end up being something of a sponge of munitions. So that would also, of course, also be a reason why I could save them up, and certainly marked vehicle with those two T-3045s can be quite the potent combination. But I'd probably suggest him trying to sort of hit from here, sort of try and get behind them, or maybe here he should definitely try to stay at least initially to these sort of far away angles, and then sort of later on push up the center. A direct head-on assault right now can in fact be a bit disastrous. But back to the fight, back to the combat.
Squad at full strength.
So now of course keeps pressuring away. 2-2-2 moving up, very close to 3. Kampfwagen Kanone tearing into them. Those tiny Russians.
Soldiers,
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
there are quite a few of them. Go.
Minesweepers, good. By the way, for the pioneers over here. Two control here versus one grenadier squad. Not really good position there for the grenadiers. He should just retreat, to be honest, before he ends up losing the entire squad. After coming it, and there we go. Tiger as predicted. So again, call-ins are quite the norm at the moment, in particular for the Germans to a certain extent. I mean, they were also before, but to a certain extent it still is. I mean, again, it's basically the economy of trying to get a tank non-doctrinally compared to doctrinally, and also what you then get. And he's usually the first tank, which of course is in that regard is the most expensive and the most prohibitively, and you basically get all the less power for essentially the same price of getting one Tiger. That of course is why some people go for it. Of course, on the other hand, if you can then get sort of recursive building up, you of course later gain more tanks, and of course then it'll be cheaper than getting a single Tiger. I mean, getting more Tigers, but again, that's sort of the internal thing. And of course, will one Tiger not be able to do more damage than single Panther 4 initially, for example? We are going to see a pair of T-35s hitting very, very, very soon. We're talking maybe half a minute.
Whichever DP
Enemy forces are
And
capturing
meanwhile,
our
the
supplies.
Tiger shall reign over the battlefield like a CoH2 god.
120mm mortars are now available for deployment.
Yes, comrade.
we are ready. Infantry.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Prepare the field promotion!
The soldiers need to fall back.
We are ready to build it or blow it. Awaiting orders.
And there you go, the T-35
Ready
arrives.
for combat.
What model of T-35 of course is another question, since there seem to be sort of slight variations depending on the year apparently, but even then, it could also apparently vary according to what tech faction needed. Anyways, pushing in the half-tech down, gonna need a lot of trouble here. Certainly saw here that Scourge forces rather smoldered away. Tiger Wing Pack 4 supporting, and we note here Scout Car still fighting here with some Pioneers. On the right flank, Tiger moves in, needs to be careful though. One wrong move, and that could be the end for Obscura's Tiger, and thus Obscura's dreams of victory.
Watch out for that tank! I am under armor.
Nice hit there on the mortar crew.
Keep moving. Stay low.
Almost getting out heavy mortar already. I mean, Bazookajoe only called him, but he's not really getting much traction out of it. There you go, consuming it. Pack 40 cleared out. That could be a nice little bit of loot there for Bazookajoe and the Soviet peoples. Lighted about going in there in hopes of clearing out the heavy mortar. Interesting. Sadly, not quite get it. Other conscripts might have to run through this rain of lighted and make it such fire, but no. Even they make it, so that was a bit of a waste of ammunition. There you go, T-35 Marine. Scout car, not really going to be able to stop that. Nice little shift there from the Bazookajoe.
Ready for your orders.
And then sitting in this T-35 to go loose where the Tiger isn't.
We will follow their tracks to victory.
At the same time though, I think Obscura here might be pushing his luck a bit too hard, charging straight into the opponent's base. That is a bit of risky manoeuvre, and there's very little to sort of support or even help it get out of there if things go sour.
Squad at full strength.
T-34, crude loaded and ready.
No marked vehicle though, no marked vehicle.
Isolated sector.
The enemy has found us!
Obscura's gonna hit spot there. Nine. Looks like he barely manages it.
What do you have down?
And seeing in the T-35 right there. Mine went off by the looks of it, or something went off anyway. He's trying straight to the enemy base, looking perhaps to wipe out some units on retreat here. A devious tactic right there from the Bazookajoe. Devious. That's what we like to see. And there you go. What you find? He couldn't even get the veterans to the score. Oh, this is just clever. This is evil. Come on, there's a veteran Grenadier squad there. He didn't even get the Pioneers.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
There we go. Just really getting in some heavy losses right there on Obscura right now. Obscura with a slight weakness there has now found himself utterly outmaneuvered here by the Bazookajoe. The Bazookajoe realised, of course, a direct engagement with the Tiger might not always work in his favour. Of course, he ends up doing something else. Instead, striking everywhere else. The clever bastard.
Da, comrade.
Keep it if I'm coming in. England here a bit exposed here. And with just a few T-35s, despite not having much of the map or many troops left, the active forced Obscura to pull back rather heavily, giving up most of the map in the process.
We are awaiting orders.
That is definitely some clever play right there from the Bazookajoe. Getting off a nice hit there, almost wiping out the MG crew there. They're coming under fire from the Pack 40. Now the front is a bit more fortified again, so at the same time getting too close here to Obscura's centre is a bit of a dangerous thing. Fresh forces arriving, fresh Pioneers to replace all the ones lost. Barely any infantry left. This is definitely looking a bit ugly again for Obscura.
T-34, crude loaded and ready.
Oh dear, looks like a misclick or some pathing issues of the ugly order. Either way, he could end up losing his T-35 here to the Tiger, but no, looks like he manages somehow. Rapidly escaping. Here's the Tiger tank. Tiger. Of course, he could try and flank it with the T-35 from here and then mark vehicle, but no, looks like Obscura realizes he might be heading a bit too far into the lair of the enemy. And doesn't fancy losing a Tiger like that.
We are losing territory.
Panzerfaust connects. Bad news, bad news. He could consider getting ammunition to 5 actually. That wouldn't be a bad idea with the Tiger on the field. That would help. Mine went off on the Tiger. Marked vehicle. He's not using marked vehicle at all. A bit of a surprise there, bit of a surprise. T-35 there went down to the Tiger with heavy engine damage on it, by the way. Self-repairs, come on, self-repair. That will help speed up the repairs while the other things. And you got the munitions for it. You can't afford, in fact, I would say, not to spend the munitions. Oh dear.
Brave infantry have made the ultimate sacrifice.
There you go, should have fired on the way. Still surprised, no sign of marked vehicle whatsoever. Or self-repairs on the T-35, which again would speed up the repair process. The faster he can get back into the fight, he can quickly rush after the Tiger. Marked vehicle, knock it out. At least those would be my thoughts. The artillery barrels going down there as guardsmen. Landing with a bit of a thud, but ultimately only snuffing out some flowers. T-34 almost repaired, H-35 almost ready as well.
We have a new Su-85 to deploy. The sector is at risk. Assault gun ready for action.
Can he get that Tiger in time? And there you go, finding a sprint, by the way, from Obscura. Oh, you should be tagging the Tiger, the Tiger, the Tiger! The Tiger! In fact, the Obscura's rather in a risky position to use heavy engines. You can't pull it back, but come on. Hunt down to Tiger. And mark vehicle. Come on, mark the vehicle. Why aren't you marking it, Bazookajoe?
The motherland grows.
Deeply surprised he isn't using marked target here. It really would be an absolutely excellent choice. It will probably allow him to knock it out much faster, but now we actually get that corner port here. And now the H-35 might end up having to fall back here. So another missed opportunity right there by the Bazookajoe. I have no idea why he isn't using marked vehicle. I have no idea why he's floating that much munitions. It is honestly beyond me. He could have gotten that Tiger. In fact, now on the other hand, he might have soon been hit with another Tiger. And there we go, second Tiger has been sent forward to support the course Deutschland. Tiger close to it to 2 by the way, T-35 needs to fall back. Looks like he got the Pack 40, those who can actually send forward the H-35 to deal with the Tiger here. But he's not doing it. He's holding back. No marked vehicle still. An absolute shame. He could at least use tracking. Oh, it doesn't seem like he's making very good use here of his abilities.
Enemy infantry has our range.
Now got a Tiger moving in here. Not good there for the H-35. Not good. No marked vehicle here either. A bit disappointed.
Losing supplies to the enemy.
Bit disappointed. But back to Obscura. Now there are 2 Tiger tanks and an opponent who isn't trying to push in and knock them out permanently. Interesting enough, he's using focus sight again, but no tracking. Again, tracking will allow him to move faster while still retaining long line of sight.
forces increase.
Guardsman went down in a fountain of blood
Sector secure!
and gore to that tiger.
Fired upon! Grenadiers taking hostage! What do you need? Pioneers!
Veteran duty 3045. That's them going to be more lethal.
Losing the sector.
Pack 40 food, nicely done there.
Our MG-42 is here!
And the mortar crew went down. Another static gloves right there for
has our range.
Bazookajoe. Still no sign of self-repairs.
Tiger! Enemy forces are securing our
Comm is not
territory.
being used to repair either. Looks like he's not going to bother that. And looks like a second SU-5 here.
The squad of pioneers has arrived. Rations!
A desperate measure. Careful there, moving forward, the SU-5s. This one is actually very close to Vector 2, but still, focus sight makes an easy target.
Tiger ready!
Floating 7 high munitions, no single sign of marked vehicle. I'm really disappointed in that from Bazookajoe. Really disappointed.
Small arms fire.
Another artillery barrage, and it looks like this T-45 could go down any moment now.
Pioneers ready for business!
There we go, SU-5 went down. GG there from Bazookajoe.
Tiger ready! Light artillery!
GG goal, not really much else to do. Tiger there, Veteran 2.
The adversary has slipped to 100 points.
So there we go, game over. A bit of a vicious fight out there between Obscura and the Bazookajoe. The Bazookajoe sort of had a nice sort of start and mid, but at the same time he rather failed to use some vital parts of his commander. Sorry about that. He failed to use some rather vital parts of his commander. No self-repairs and no marked vehicle. I mean, really, if you get that commander, you absolutely use marked vehicle, in particular with that much munitions. A lot of mines could also be laid down, and saying that was really sort of one of the issues. He had a lot of munitions, but he never used them. He could easily turn that against his opponent. In particular, marked vehicle could probably result in a lot more tigers lost. I mean, marked vehicle is actually really good against players who sort of focus on much fewer vehicles, like bigger targets, like the tiger. So that really would have locked that down and certainly punished him for going for tigers only, and not, say, taking up and getting something else to support said tiger, get something else in that department. So in that department, that was really a huge mistake right there from Bazookajoe, and that was probably the sort of the grand mistake that cost him the game. Also, no tracking. I mean, I have no idea. I wouldn't use tracking over focus sight. Tracking is simply just better. Cost munitions, yes, but on the other hand, it doesn't hurt your mobility. Also, some nice play here from Obscura, though, from time to time. Some nice engagements here and there, but of course, also a nice shift down angle. Really sort of got him back in the fight, but again, he was a bit unguarded in terms of armoured warfare, which allowed then the Bazookajoe to get back in the fight. A few more mines might have helped with that, at least from his side. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this fight. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, why not subscribe or tell your friends, share with everyone. If you didn't, well, I'm unfortunate, but of course, send in a replay on, provided you can do better. And of course, if you do send leaderboards where you are, otherwise, provide some feedback in the comments fields. That's always quite welcome. And also feel free to follow me on Facebook or Twitter. Links are in the description. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.